howdy, folks. This is the Galloping Goat Show. Welcome. I'm your host, Cowboy Max. And on my show, my goats and I travel around the community to find the real goats. No, I don't mean the kind of goat. I mean the GOAT, greatest of all time. Folks that are out there in our backyard, they're doing amazing and great things for our community. Today, we have traveled. Now, we haven't traveled physically. We are traveling virtually because of COVID-19. We're not out there on the streets, so don't worry. We are virtually traveling down to the ABQ Rage Room, and we are with Alexis Hassley. Hey, Alexis, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, man. This is so exciting for me because I don't know. I don't know if it's a kid thing or a guy thing or just a human thing, but I like to crush things. I like to break things. It's just a lot of fun, and I'm like, this is, I don't know, it's been a year or two when I actually found you and started following Albuquerque Rage Room on Instagram, and I'm like, here's a place that I can just go break stuff for fun. I mean, actually, I can actually pay somebody to go break stuff. Tell me about ABQ Rage Room. So before I go, should we refer to it as ABQ Rage Room or Albuquerque Rage Room or both?
ABQ Rage Room. Yeah.
Rage Room is the deal. We're going to stick with that. ABQ Rage Room. So tell me, what is ABQ Rage Room?
So we give you some protective gear. I'll give you guys a tour in a little bit, but there's a helmet with a face shield. We give you some gloves. Pro tip, if you're wearing long sleeves and long pants, you don't have to wear one of our jumpsuits. And you just go break stuff. I've got a bunch of weapons, an 1.5-inch steel pipe, a crowbar, an 8-pound mallet, and a 2-pound mallet.
Yeah, this is awesome. Hey, come down to my place. I'm going to give you a weapon, and I'm going to let you bust something up. I love that. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. It
really doesn't.
It's pretty epic. Okay, so tell me your weapons again. I love this.
So I'll flip this around.
Okay.
If I can. Here we go. So I have so this is our lobby. And I have our weapons up here on the wall. So the 10-pounder, the 1.5-inch steel pipe, crowbar, and then the little baby mallet. This little guy.
These are the ABQ Rage Room weapons. That is epic, Alexis. That's just epic right there. Okay, before we go somewhere else.
Here's the jumpsuits. These are the protective gear. So we give you the helmet. And it's got a plastic, I don't know if that's coming through great, but it's got some like hearing protection on it. It's all good.
This is awesome. This idea of the weapons that you get to choose from. What's the favorite weapon out there?
So people really want a baseball bat, but like, they just don't hold up. That 1.5-inch steel pipe is only like 3 months old, and you can see how bent it is. It was it was straight when it got here, and it just got beat up. So the steel pipe is definitely like your equivalent to a baseball bat, but then the crowbar is like a golf club. So, it kind of just depends on what you're into.
This is like a psychologist's dream here of going, okay, let me think about the weapon of preference. You've got these incredible weapons already on the wall, and somebody goes, I want a baseball bat. That's the most common request is a baseball bat?
Yeah, and I can't have people bring in their own weapons, so I'm like, you don't want a bat, you want the steel pipe. Like, I get where you're coming from.
What is it about a baseball bat? I mean, that's something that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. People ask for it all the time, and I'm like, you don't want a baseball bat. You want this. This is so much better.
Yeah, the crowbar is the real deal, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is so cool. Okay, so set the scene for me. I'm out one day, and I've got my kids, and we're going around, and they're looking for something to do. And we stumble upon ABQ Rage Room. We come into the doors there. What happens?
So, first things first, you have to sign a waiver because this is still America. And then, so I'll show you. Let me turn this around again. So here's our lobby. Here's all the safety gear. We then when you come in, you choose your package level. So we'll go over the packages, but those are the commonly chosen from package. Once you get your stuff, you come in here, and everything on these like bright green shelves, these are all small items. So like wine glasses, beer bottles, coffee mugs, and then here on the bright pink shelves, these are all medium items. So vases, I have like a punch bowl here. I've got keyboards. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to do.
Alexis, where in the world did you get all of this stuff?
So actually, we partnered with a lot of thrift stores, stuff that was going to go to the landfill anyway. Yeah. And we use it one more time before it goes to the landfill.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got to get the optimum use out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I saw this. I mean, it looks like the cabinets in my kitchen. You've got glasses and wine bottles and plates and all this stuff. So you can just kind of choose what you want to break, right?
Yeah. Choose everything you break.
Okay, so now we know that people want the baseball bat. What do they want to break?
So I really just think it depends on like where you're at. I think they think the beer bottles are going to be easy, and they're not. But like champagne flutes are my favorite because they have this nice little cling to them when they go. We can find one. We can break one.
Oh, let's break something. That is, we got to break something.
Like this margarita glass. This is like kind of my style because it's just fragile.
Yeah.
And man, it makes a nice sound when it goes.
So it's not just the feeling of breaking something. It's the sound. It's the whole ambiance of it all.
100%.
I love it. Okay, I love it.
So as we go down the line, then you get liquor bottles out of the end. So as part of every package, you'll get small on the green, pink is medium, and then you get bottles out of the end.
Okay.
And
what
here's
Oh, there it is. That's where it all happens.
Yeah, this is where the magic happens.
Yeah, that's the magic. I love it.
So this is the cage. We're in process of replacing this wall, but yeah, all your weapons are hung inside. You got your helmets, you got your gloves, and this is the cage.
Oh, you're kidding me. We got to look around there. Okay, so right there on you said that wall, you're replacing it. And what happened? Did somebody go crazy on the wall?
So no, this is the target wall. So like you can see here how when you hit plywood with enough stuff, it just falls apart. So all the plywood is problems I never thought I would have.
Right.
Like, so these walls have to get replaced, and then like people have like accidentally hit this wall and put holes in it, but behind this wall is glass. The whole glass like front of the building. So we have to that wall. I would really prefer that we didn't. Yeah.
I suppose every business, everybody has their little things that go on every day. The breaking of a wall and replacing it, it's like, they hit the plywood too many times. Like, it's something you just hear in everyday jargon.
It's not.
No, that is epic. I love it. This is awesome.
Well, and if you had told me this is what I'd be doing a year ago, I'd been like, you're crazy. But if someone had planted that seed in my head a year ago, we would have been open a what?
Hey, you know what? I want to know, we've talked prior to this, but I really want for everybody that's out there watching and listening to this, how did you come up with this crazy harebrained idea just to have people come and break stuff? Now, okay, let me segue into this because I know you have a hashtag out there that is pretty awesome. I love it. And for all of you viewers that are out there and everybody listening, if you've got sensitive ears, here's the time to plug them because we'll get a little real here. But her hashtag Tell me, you know what? You tell me your hashtag loud and proud.
Hashtag break shit.
Hashtag break shit. That is, I mean, it doesn't get any more definitive and more descriptive about what you do there at the Rage Room than hashtag break shit. I love it.
Well, and we were kind of worried, like, you know, it's never my intention to offend anyone, but I'm like, you know, we're dealing with adults here. Like, I can't have kids in here. So yeah, we're breaking shit. So our bottom age limit is 13. And I'm like, every 13-year-old on the planet has heard the S word. So I think we're gonna be okay.
I think you're fine. I think you're absolutely fine, and it's absolutely fitting and descriptive of what you do. So there you go. I love it. So
there you go.
Okay, let's figure that. I need to know how, Alexis, you came up with this crazy idea to have the Rage Room.
So my fiance and I are serial entrepreneurs. Together, we have 4 businesses. This is our 4th. This is the most recent. And we were kind of bumming around, and we had started Law and Order SVU from season 1 because we work from home. So it's just nice to have something in the background. And somewhere in season 8, there was a Rage Room. And he was like, why don't we have one of those here? And I'm like, I don't know. I went to one in Denver a few years ago when I was there for a wedding, and I had a great time. And it was 8 weeks to the day that we opened this place from like catching that off of
let's just watch some Law and Order tonight, and then let's just start let's start our 5th business or whatever. Fine. That's what everybody does when they sit down and watch shows at night, right?
Right. Well, and we're such bums with the 4 things we have going.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. You got so much time on your hands.
Right. It's kind of ridiculous that we were even watching that show from the beginning, and that we got to season 8 before we were, you know, I mean, but it was and you know, that's how good ideas start. And one thing so my fiance is from New Jersey, and one thing that really makes him crazy about New Mexico is this like mañana time concept. He hates it. It makes him crazy. That's not the way I was raised. So we like meet right there together. But when I was like, well, why are we waiting for someone else to do it? Just go do it. Like,
well, there you go. 8 weeks to the day that you open up. There's no mañana time in your world for sure.
No.
Let's get it done right now. But I can only imagine that. Okay, tell me when you opened up.
August 22nd.
Of this year?
Yeah. Well,
2019?
Yeah.
Okay, so you open the doors August 22nd, 2019. What happens? Do the doors open, or, I mean, does somebody come in?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of traffic. I mean, I've had people drive up from Mexico to come see us because there's nothing like this between Albuquerque and Juarez. We've had people come down from Colorado Springs. But yeah, people just come in. I've had birthday parties. I've had team building. I had a divorce party. That was wild.
Now, okay. Now
they brought in a lot of their own stuff. I was like, all right.
Set the stage for me. They're coming in for a divorce party. Is he bringing in her stuff to break, and she's bringing his stuff to break, or how did that work?
No, it was this woman and a bunch of her friends, and they had like wedding photos. They had, she brought in an Xbox. Apparently she had bought that for him. So like just trying to, engrave stuff. And I was like, you've come to the right place.
Really dig into the fact that it is the Rage Room, because
yes,
we've got that pent up rage in us for whatever it might be, and here's the place to go get it out, right?
Exactly.
That is so cool. All right, so okay, what is it going to cost me to come in there and break some shit?
So the smallest package is it runs $49, and you get 22 of the green items. So we'll go back over here just to remind people. So anything on the green shelves is considered small. So we got beer bottles, you know, your little like teacup. Ooh. Just and then so on the smallest package, then you get 2 medium items, which is here on the pink shelves. Largest, whoops, here we go. Largest package level, you get 34 green, 12 medium, and then 2 large. And large is pieces of furniture. So I've got.
Oh, okay. You didn't tell us about furniture.
The furniture, no, we have not covered furniture yet. So the furniture, I have filing cabinets, I have drawers, desks, like nightstands, the whole thing. But then you can add stuff on. So like here on the top of the shelf, so there's a printer, I've got mannequins.
Oh,
That's fun. Lots of computer stuff. Somebody dropped off all of these keyboards. This is actually half.
Wow.
We've already gone through half of them, so we've just been adding on keyboards. And then I have a computer tower, a bullet, a mirror if you're really gutsy, another tower.
That's a lot of bad luck right there.
Yeah. So when you come in and get all your stuff, then we just send you into the room and you go ham.
I am fascinated by this. The people, I know that you're just seeing regular old Joe Schmoes people down there, and just like you and me, but to see that that inner rage come out, you know, in a fun way, it must be an exciting time for you. I mean, every day, right?
Oh, totally. Well, and every day is fun, and I think, like, especially so 80% or more of our demographic has been women. When we have men through, it's they're usually brought in by a woman.
Yeah, right.
Because men have a different way of like getting their aggression out. They can, you know, roughhouse, but like I know for me growing up and my friends growing up, it was like, be careful, don't be gentle and soft and, you know, kind and quiet. And for me, like, my dad was like, nah, you get out there with the boys. So, like, but women come in and they're like, yoink, like, barely throwing in. And by the end, they're in full baseball pitch, just like, ugh. So, I think it's a great outlet for anyone who's just got, like, anything just kind of pent. But, I mean, the name The Rage Room is kind of a misnomer because people come in happy. They come in excited,
sure. And
they leave even happier.
So,
you know, I've never had anyone come in and be like, I'm mad. And I'm like,
well,
great.
Okay, careful with your weapons that you pick over there.
Right.
Man, what a neat concept. I think are there a lot of these around the country, these rage rooms?
So it started in Japan in the early 2000s, and it's made its way across Europe. The first one that I am aware of landed on the East Coast in 2009, and they've slowly just been growing. Now there's one in El Paso, Dallas, Tucson, Phoenix. So it's like what's happening everywhere around us, and I'm like, Albuquerque needs this. Like anything to make Albuquerque more cool, because I truly love this city and I really hate people who bag on it. And so anything to make Albuquerque fun and cool. And my fiance is like totally drank the Kool-Aid. So we're like here to stay and anything to make Albuquerque more fun.
Well, you know, I think that people in our community are just I don't know this. This may be everywhere in the country, but I think that our community likes to get out and do some pretty wholesome type activities, have fun, and as groups together. We're so inundated by electronics right now on our phones, and I spend all my day on the phone. It seems like, but being able to grab something with a partner and do something physical, and that's fun. It's not work. It's having a good time. That's a novel idea, and I think people in the community love that. I think it's great.
Yeah.
So are you a native New Mexican?
So we moved here when I was 5. So
Might as well be native, right?
Yeah.
You don't know anything before 5 anyway. It's fun.
That's true. Like,
absolutely.
Those are your formative years too.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. What has been, you've had how about this? What has been kind of like the most interesting, exciting thing that has been in there that you guys have broken?
I think the people love the mannequins, which kind of is, I'm like, okay.
Okay, we're talking. Okay, everybody wants a baseball bat and everybody wants a mannequin. So, this is interesting.
These things may be directly related to each other.
Yeah, they might be.
But, I mean, so there are some rules on things we can't take. I can't take anything liquid flammable, obviously. No microwaves. I can't take the tube stuff, and I can't take anything upholstered. But I had some sofa chairs before we made the upholster rule, and those were hilarious because we went to go move them, and it looked like everything was intact visually,
right.
And then we went to move it, and it was so broken on the inside that we couldn't move the thing.
It was crushed inside, a pile of mush.
Yes, so like all the upholstery on the outside was fine, but everything internally was like, it was like a bad car accident. I don't know, like we got hit by a train. It was so bad.
That is so cool. Okay, so tell me a little bit. We talked about some of the cool things that you've broken. Talk to me. The divorce part is pretty intriguing. Have you had another group or individual that's come in that you're like, wow, this was amazing,
So I had a birthday party through, and it was a mom, it was a daughter and her husband and then her parents. And her mom was like, not about it. She was like, no, I'll just like sit out here and watch. But when you pass this threshold here, you have to sign the waiver. So she signed the waiver. I suited her up because I knew she'd want to do it. She went fucking ham. Like, she was absolutely crazy. And she came out and she's like sweating. She was like, that was the best thing that has ever happened to me. And I was like, and here you are telling me you didn't want to do it, Lois. Here you are telling me. So, I mean, the goal at the end of the day is to make people happy. And, anytime I have particularly older women who are like, oh no, we can't do that, and then they try it and they love it, I'm like, all right, we good.
Right. That is so cool. I think it's definitely one of those things that, you've got the kind of the wallflower that's just kind of observing, going, well, maybe that might be kind of fun, but, and then probably the whole world opens up for them once they do it.
Totally. And that's my favorite thing. She's
cool.
like, never in my life have I been allowed to break stuff like that. And I was like, that's the whole point. That's the whole reason
that's why we're here. That's why we were watching Law and Order that night.
Exactly.
Okay, so everybody's kind of going through this together right now with being in quarantine and with the pandemic. And tell me how things are affecting you and the Rage Room right now with all of this.
So we've been closed for about a month. And that sucks because we barely opened 7 months ago. So that was obviously not part of our business plan. But at the same time, like, I mean, we got our SBA loan app in. We're gonna get some help we've applied for all the city stuff, all the grants that Keller has been putting out there. We've applied for a loan through Square. I mean, we're not going away. We're coming back, but it definitely isn't a setback. I mean, and quite frankly, this is like on any of our businesses. We don't do business plans because, like, you can't prep for a a global pandemic.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
No, that doesn't. You can't write that script.
Yeah, it doesn't get written anywhere. So, and I think we're unique in that way. Like, at least my fiance and we have a business partner, Jared. But like, I was like, I'm not gonna take the time to put stuff on paper. Now, as soon as we're capable of opening again, obviously we will. And I just, I have an autoimmune disease. My business partner's wife has cancer, and so when I'm down here at the Rage Room, like, I get people who come up to the door and I'm like, just go home so we can go back to normal life. Because the longer that this goes on like that, we're just in it until everyone can.
You bet.
So.
Yeah, we're all in it for the long haul, and all we can do is try to do the best to keep things from getting worse, I suppose.
Exactly. So.
It's just it.
I wish people would stay home and ultimately, like, we got a 3-year lease. We're not going anywhere.
Right.
So, whatever it is that we have to do to keep the thing floating until, the world comes back, we'll do that.
You bet. And so, for those of us out here that are, and I think there'll be a lot of us that are ready to break some stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to be there when all of this thing washes out. Is that right?
Indeed.
Awesome. Alexis, tell me where you're located.
So we are in the Broadbent Business Park, which is in the same complex as ABQ Axe, the Craft Room, and Hit or Miss Archery.
Awesome. So
we're kind of like in an entertainment complex down here.
That's fantastic. I mean, it's like a one-stop shop. You can go there and you can hit all the fun stuff.
Exactly.
You can go down there, you can get a beer, you can hack some stuff up with an axe, and you can go break something. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Well, I've had many parties at ABQ Axe, and I just love Diana. She's like, one of the best humans, and Hit or Miss has been very welcoming to us. So I just, we're so happy with where we're at, for sure.
That is cool. That is so cool. Well, we are so, those of us out here, I'm so excited that you're doing what you're doing. And I think all of us in the Albuquerque community are pretty pumped that we've got a place that we can go smash some things. That's awesome. And
yes.
I commend you for doing all that. I know it's a ton of work, and I thank you so much for being on the show. Is there anything out there? How can our viewers and listeners find you?
So all of our tags on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok are all ABQ Rage Room. And then our website is abqrage.com. There was a miscommunication there.
There's about websites that there's a lot of miscommunication that happens. Like, I understand that.
And then my cell phone, it rings directly to me. It's not like, where it's 2020, I don't have a landline, so it rings directly to me. But do you want to see the other rooms? Oh yeah, show me the other rooms. I love it. Okay, awesome. So here next to, we saw the cage. There's the bottle I knocked over. So this is the cage. So then this is the Rebel room. Oh, okay. We have more than one room. I've got 3 rooms. 3 rooms. Okay, so why the cage? Why the Rebel room? And then you've got another one called what? The Thunderdome. Thunderdome. Okay, tell me the history behind the names of these rooms. I wish I had something creative to tell you. I've got to be honest. So here's the Thunderdome. Now that looks like a Thunderdome to me. I mean, there's stuff. Look at this. That's real deal right there. Yeah, this room is kind of trashed right. Oh God, this room is kind of trashed right now. But it's got a mural on the wall. There's storage back there for our larger pieces of furniture. Oh. So here's all. So when someone gets the largest package, we just drag it out into the room, and then they get the Big Blue, that giant sledge. Fantastic. So I wish there was something more creative behind it. I just, got in here and started spray painting, and I don't know. I wish I had named the cage something different, because my fiance and I were down here working together, and we had 2 girls and 2 guys come in, and the guys wanted to be together and the girls wanted to be together in their own rooms. And I was like, hey babe, I'm gonna put the girls in the cage, and all 4 of them
Wait a minute.
hold on. So no, I wish there was something more creative behind it, but there's not. Just
Man, that is so cool. Okay, so you've got 3 rooms in there. What are your hours of operation?
so Thursday, we're open Thursday to Sunday. Thursday is 5 to 9. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is from 1 to 9, basically. And then we open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for private parties. So that was when I had the divorce party. That's when I have a lot of my team building stuff. And that way you have the entire facility to yourself. You can bring in all your people and be able to, leave your stuff in the lobby and not worry about it growing legs and walking away.
It's a private party at that point, is that right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
So again, Alexis, thank you so much for being on the show. Love what you're doing. I know the community loves it, and it's a very needed thing for all of us as humans, I think, to be able to break something. I know it is for me. So Thank you so much, and to all my viewers out there, thank you so much for watching and listening to the Galloping Goat Show. I'm your host, Cowboy Max, and we'll see you on the next show.